I am going to lecture Indus Valley Civilization. It gives me a great pleasure to deliver a lecture on Indus Valley Civilization. Although it is not a new topic, it has attracted the attention of several historians through the ages. I am quite sure that this will go a long way for the DD students to understand Indus Valley Civilization. Till the beginning of the 20th century, it was believed that Aryan civilization was the oldest civilization in India. In 1922, archaeological excavations were carried out at Mohenjo-daro and at Harappa by R.D. Banerjee and Dayaram Shahani respectively. The excavations have clearly shown that even before the advent of the Aryans, an advanced civilization found in India. The planned city, wide and straight streets, palatial houses and a covered drainage system clearly proves that they were non-Aryan, pre-Aryan, early Indian civilization. The archaeological excavations have taken back the antiquity to 3000 BC. It is a turning point in Indian history. Now India ranks with Egypt, Babylon and Assyria as a center of ancient civilization. Subsequently, excavations were also carried out at many places. It covered a much wider area. It extended from Jammu in the north to Narmada in the south, Baluchistan in the west to Meerut in the northeast. Some writers continue to call it as Indus Valley Civilization, while others prefer to call it as Harappan culture. This was primarily because the recent sites are not covered by the river Indus and its tributaries. Moreover, the objects found at recent sites are not similar to those found at Harappa. The next important factor of this civilization is the age of the civilization. There is no unanimity among the scholars regarding the age of the civilization. According to Sir John Marshall, who wrote 3 bulky volumes on Indus Valley civilization, the civilization flourished from 3250 BC to 2750 BC, whereas other historians place to even earliest periods. It is also determined by Rig Veda. Rig Veda was composed by about 1500 BC. It makes mention that the Aryans had to fight against the people who lived in walled cities. The Indus Valley people may be the same person who are mentioned in the Rig Veda. The excavations clearly proves that they lived in cities. The cities were covered by a mud wall known as citadel. Moreover, it is also confirmed by the fact that a large number of skeletons have been found and crowded together. It clearly proves that they were slaughtered or murdered by the raiders. This massacre of these people took place at the hands of Aryans. It coincided the view of Mortimer Wheeler. Therefore, Mortimer Wheeler states that the civilization flourished from 2500 to 1500 BC. Anyhow, the most accepted view is that the civilization flourished from 2300 BC to 1700 BC. There are several salient features in this civilization. The first one is a city. The city was big and beautiful. It was designed according to a set plan. The city was covered with a mud wall known as a citadel. It is 40 feet height and on its top it is 20 feet width. There are entrances on 4 sides to enter into the city. The city was designed according to town planning. The next one is streets. Streets were wide and straight. It is running as far as half a mile. The width varied from 9 to 34 feet. It was laid out according to a set plan. The main street running from north to south. Moreover, there were also lanes in this city. There were also lamp posts at regular intervals. The next important salient feature is the dwelling houses. Before going to discuss the dwelling houses, it is worthwhile to know the bricks used by these people. The Indus Valley people used 3 kinds of bricks. First one is burned bricks. The second one is sun-dried bricks. The third one is wedge-shaped bricks. They used 3 kinds of bricks. They built their buildings by burnt bricks. Wedge-shaped bricks were used for the construction of wells and the corners of the wall. Usually they used sun-dried bricks for their foundation. The houses were built on the lanes. The main door was placed on the side of the lanes. Next to the main door there was a open courtyard. The rooms were arranged round the open courtyard. It clearly proves that they lived with proper ventilation. Moreover, each house had a bathroom, kitchen, well and a drainage system. The house drain was connected with the street drain. It clearly proves that they lived with proper sanitation. The roof was made of wood. Houses had 2 or 3 stories. The upper stories were reached by wooden staircases. The next important unique feature of this civilization is covered drainage system. The street drain was covered by loose bricks which could be easily removed for cleaning. The house drain was connected with the street drain. The sewage water was discharged through this street drain. The street drain was connected with the river Indus. It clearly proves that they lived with proper sanitation. The next important salient feature is great bath. The Indus Valley people were fond of taking bath. It clearly proves by the discovery of great bath at Mohenjo-daro. It is 180 feet length and 108 feet width. It was covered by a mud wall. The total height of the wall is 8 feet. There are 6 entrances to enter into the bath. The great bath consists of an open quadrangle. The swimming pool occupies the center of the quadrangle. The swimming pool is 39 feet length and 23 feet width and 8 feet depth. The flooring of the bath was filled with bitumen, a white clay. The raised platform was reached by flight of steps. There were also rooms on 2 sides. They might have used this room for changing their dresses. There were also galleries on 2 sides. Perhaps they might have conducted water sports. The next important salient feature is granary. The granary is rectangular in shape. It is 168 feet length and 135 feet width. It is intersected with 2 blocks with a gap of 23 feet. Perhaps they might have used this gap for loading and unloading purpose. Moreover, there were also rooms on 2 sides. The rooms clearly indicates that they might have stored variety of food grains, cotton and other merchandise, or they used this granary as public granary. In 1922, archaeological excavations were carried out at Mohenjo-daro and Harappa. The excavations have clearly shown that they were non-Aryan, pre-Aryan, early Indian civilization. It was an urban civilization. The planned city, wide and straight street, the covered drainage system and palatial houses clearly proves that they were non-Aryan, pre-Aryan or early Indian civilization. Moreover, the city was designed according to town planning. It was covered by a mud wall known as a citadel. The next important salient feature is streets. Streets were wide and straight. It is running as far as half a mile. The width varied from 9 to 34 feet. The next important salient feature is dwelling houses. Houses were built on the lanes. The main door was placed on the side of the lanes. Next to the main door there was a open courtyard. The rooms were arranged round the open courtyard. Each house had a bathroom, kitchen, well and a drainage system. The roof was made of wood. Houses had 1 or 2 stories. The next important unique feature of this civilization was covered drainage system. The street drain was covered with loose bricks which could be easily removed for cleaning. House drain was connected with the street drain. Street drain was connected with the river Indus. Sewage water was discharged through this street drain. It clearly proves that they lived with proper sanitation. Next important salient feature is a great bath. the Indus Valley people were fond of taking bath. It is proved by the discovery of Great Bath. The next important building of the Indus Valley civilization is public granary. Public granary were utilized by these people. They might have stored their food grains in the public granary. Moreover, there were many rooms on two sides. It clearly indicates that they might have stored variety of food grains, cotton and other merchandise. The next important factor is social life. The first one is society. The society was cosmopolitan in character. It composed of people of various races. The second one, food. They were largely vegetarian. Their main food consists of wheat, barley, dates, fruits and vegetables. They also took fish, animal flesh. It is evident from the discovery of several half-burnt bones. The next important factor is occupation. They were divided into several classes such as administrators, officials, priests, traders, craftsmen, landlords and peasants. The next important factor is dress. Large number of spindles made of pottery indicate the use of cotton clothes in addition to woolen fabrics. The discovery of needles state that they knew the art of stitching of clothes. The next important factor is ornaments. Ornaments were used by both men and women. They were quite fashion conscious. They used various types of ornaments. These ornaments were made of gold, silver, copper and bronze. The common ornaments were nose studs, earrings, necklace, armlets, bangles and finger rings. Their ornaments were decorated with lapis lazuli or precious stones. The discovery of ivory combs, razors, bronze mirrors prove that they knew about the art of hairstyling. A number of toilet jars made of ivory, metal and pottery have been discovered. It suggests that they used face powder and lipsticks. The next important factor is amusements. They took keen interest in amusements. Dice playing was the most common one. People also took delight in hunting. It is evident by the seals. Fishing was another source of amusement for them. People also maintained birds. They also took delight in music and dancing. It is confirmed by the discovery of a bronze dancing girl image. The next important factor is religious life of the people. As regards the religion, no religious structural monuments have been discovered so far. A notable feature was they did not construct any temples. Based on the seals, both iconic and aniconic cults were existed side by side. The principal deity was Mother Goddess. Moreover, male deity was also worshipped by them. A seal depicting a male deity with three faces sitting on a pedestal in a yogi posture surrounded by several animals. The deity is considered to be the prototype of Lord Shiva, the savior of animals. Linga worship, animal worship and tree worship were also known to them. The next important factor is economic life. Though they were urbanized, they attached great importance to agriculture. The discovery of furrows show that they fluffed their fields. They used wooden fluffs. They produced sufficient food grains. The common crops were wheat, barley, peas and rice. For the storage of food grains, huge granaries were erected. They knew about cotton cultivation. It is evident from the fact that Greeks gave it the name of Sindon, derived from Sindh. Trade and industry. Trade and industry also flourished during this period. A large number of bronze goods suggest that bronzesmiths were existed in the society. Another notable industry was weaving. Bricklaying was also known to them. pot making also known to them. It was made with the use of wheel. Mohenjo-daro was a great trade center. Both internal and external trade were carried. The presence of precious and semi-precious stones indicate the trade relations between various regions. They also carried on trade with Mesopotamia. It is confirmed by the presence of several common objects. They knew weights and measures. The next important feature is art and architecture. Most of the structures are lack of ornamentation. It suggests that they were utilitarian, but the seals were more artistic creations. About 200 seals have been discovered. In addition to these seals, we have come across large number of terracottas. It represents birds, dogs, sheep, monkeys, men and women. The terracottas are less sophisticated. They also produce beautiful images of metal. It is evident from a dancing girl image. The dancing girl statue of bronze and a beard man statue of stone were the best examples for their artistic skills. Script. They knew the art of writing. It has not been deciphered so far. They used a form of pictorial writings. Attempts are being made to decipher the scripts. The last factor of this civilization is decline of the civilization. Scholars have suggested several causes for the decline of the Indus Valley civilization. Scholars have suggested several causes for the decline of the Indus Valley civilization. First one, change in climate. Due to the change in climate, the area lost its fertility. Therefore, they were compelled to move other places. The second one, over cultivation and poor irrigation. Due to over cultivation and inadequate maintenance of the irrigation system, the area suffered a progressive decay. Therefore, they were moved to other places. Third one, deforestation. Constant use of firewood for brick manufacture, the rainfall began to decrease. It resulted crops failure. This inhospitable environment must have compelled them to evacuate from there and to settle down elsewhere. The fourth one is floods. The change of course by river Indus by flood adversely affected the fertility of the soil. It became tract of sand. It resulted crops failure. They were moved somewhere else. The next one is natural calamities. Earthquakes and cyclones also responsible for the destruction of Indus Valley civilization. The next one is contagious diseases. The civilization might have been destroyed due to chronic diseases. It confirms by the fact that large number of skeletons are found in one place. The last one is Aryan invasion. Mortimer Wheeler states that the Aryans destroyed the Indus settlements. Skull injuries in the skeletons indicate the use of sharp and heavy weapons by the invaders. It had also been corroborated by the Rig Veda. It refers the conflict between Aryans and non-Aryans. Summary of this lecture. In 1922, archaeological excavations were carried out at Mohenjo-daro and Harappa. The excavations have clearly shown that they were non-Aryan, pre-Aryan, early Indian civilization. It was an urban civilization. The planned city, wide and straight street, the covered drainage system and palatial houses clearly proves that they were non-Aryan, pre-Aryan or early Indian civilization. Moreover, the city was designed according to town planning. It was covered by a mud wall known as a citadel. The next important salient feature is streets. Streets were wide and straight. It is running as far as half a mile. The width varied from 9 to 34 feet. The next important salient feature is dwelling houses. Houses were built on the lanes. The main door was placed on the side of the lanes. Next to the main door there was a open courtyard. The rooms were arranged round the open courtyard. Each house had a bathroom, kitchen, well and a drainage system. The roof was made of wood. Houses had 1 or 2 stories. The next important unique feature of this civilization was covered drainage system. The street drain was covered with loose bricks which could be easily removed for cleaning. House drain was connected with street drain. Street drain was connected with river Indus. Sewage water was discharged through this street drain. It clearly proves that they lived with proper sanitation. Next important salient feature is a great bath. The Indus Valley people were fond of taking bath. It is proved by the discovery of great bath. The next important building of the Indus Valley civilization is public granary. Public granary were utilized by these people. They might have stored their food grains in the public granary. Moreover, there were many rooms on 2 sides. It clearly indicates that they might have stored variety of food grains, cotton and other merchandise.